Welcome Warhammer fans back to Barnyard Wargaming and our brand new style of battle reports. Today's game is between Craftworld Il Solis and the Adeptus Sororitas on the Azuyani's home Craftworld. Will the sisters take hold of this floating fortress, or will the sneaky Aldari strike hard and swift? My name is Jack and this is Barnyard Wargaming. Hello, it is me, the narrator, and also potential player for today. I'll be using the Aldari. So the Craftworlds are here today on their own Craftworld Il Solis. The new board has just been made and all of the terrain matches my bases, so it's my turf, it's my home ground. So the Sisters of Battle have come to fight me on my own turf. They better be ready.
You call this a threat?
Hello, my name is Jimmy.
I hope you're recording that. That's going to be a meme.
Hi, I'm Jimmy, and yeah, I'm keen to just have a good game today. First game of 9th edition, so let's see how badly I do.
Today's mission is called Vital Intelligence and is a Strike Force mission from the Eternal War section of the 9th edition Warhammer 40k rulebook. There are 6 objectives located across the battlefield with only 1 in each player's deployment zone. If you're interested in either of the lists in today's game, you can find them in the description below. Allies will score primary points by holding 2 objectives for 5 points, 3 objectives for 10, and more than their opponent for an extra 5 to make 15 per turn. A maximum of 45 points can be scored for primary objectives, and each player will also select 3 secondary objectives, rewarding up to 15 points each. So as for my secondaries and why I chose them, speed, engage on all fronts, that's a good one, usually for Eldar and quick moving armies. A lot of vehicles today, so bring it down was an obvious choice. And then the last one I took was assassinate, because there's a lot of characters running around, as you're about to see. There's a lot of sisters, and I've got some snipers, I've got some quick moving things. Let's try and take them down.
So the secondaries I've taken is the Bring It Down. Sorry, my knowledge of 9th edition is pretty low, so I think it's Bring It Down. The other one is Engage in all fronts, because I'll be moving forward, a lot of my units will be out there. And the third one I'm taking is Abhor the Witch, because it's very fluffy, and he's only got two Psykers. Yeah. But, I mean, Witch Hunters, they're just gonna pillage them all.
If you're interested in making some terrain like this for yourself, then you're in luck, because we have a 2-part tutorial on how to build it yourself here on the channel, with the second part releasing at the same time as this video right now. We would also like to give a shout out to GameMat.eu for the gaming mat, and an enormous shout out to MiniatureScenery.com. They have very generously provided all of the white MDF terrain for today's game. The owner Tim is an absolute legend, and I highly suggest you go and check out their store and tell him Jack from Barnyard Wargaming sent you. Link in the description. And all I can say is, welcome to my home turf.
Il Solis will burn!
Let the games begin. The players roll off to see who chooses the first turn. I win the roll off and decide to make a strong forward push, knowing that if I don't hit hard now, I'll be punished by those Exorcists later on. The Dire Avengers in the back hopped out of the Falcon and began their action for data intercept, and the psychic phase began, starting off with Protect for +1 save on the Shadow Spectres and some smites onto the Battle Sisters out front.
D3, 3 mortal wounds.
Next up was the shooting phase, where I laid out a blanket of firepower, mainly on the right hand flank of the board, where Jimmy had placed 2 rhinos carrying his Repentia squads and all of his Penitent engines. I know very well how much damage those Repentia can do, so I made sure to focus fire on them, taking out all of the Penitent engines as well, with combined firepower from the Fire Dragons, Falcons, and Hornets. A Rhino made 2 incredible 6+ invulnerable saves against 2 Bright Lancers to save its life, and it survived to carry its precious Repentia into battle.
Wow, that's 2 D6 damage weapons he's passed now.
As the shooting phase was drawing to a close, I had only one thing left to shoot: the big lynx.
I'm gonna shoot an Exorcist. 3s.
I make 1.
And I only scored a total of 4 damage against a single Exorcist. Ouch. Before my first turn was over, I had only one charge to make with the brave Howling Banshees, who successfully rolled a 12-inch charge with +3 to attack another unit of Battle Sisters. They killed them all with their new Strength 4 power swords and consolidated around a Canoness to trap her in combat, right next to
Inquisitor Karamazov.
The Canoness hit back and only killed one Banshee, and my turn was over. Bring it on, Jimmy. The troops unload and the bulk of the army moves up the board to shoot down the cocky space elves. A daring Imagifier takes the teleporter up to the floating island to take on some rangers, and later throws a grenade and charges them to nearly wipe them out. With no psychic phase, we go rapidly onto the shooting phase, starting with
Inquisitor Karamazov
into a Hornet. Jimmy hits and wounds only one time, but with no save from melt weapons and +2 damage for being within 15 inches of
Inquisitor Karamazov.
master-crafted melter weapon, the Hornet could die on a 6 as it only has 8 wounds.
Yes,
Ouch. Hopefully there's no more big hits like that, or there won't be a turn 2 for the Aldari. Next, the Exorcists open up onto the Lynx now that it's come out of its hiding place. I spend 2 CP to make the Lynx -1 to hit with lightning fast reactions, and Jimmy counters that by spending 2 CP himself, 1 on ignoring all modifiers to hit, and another allowing him to reroll the number of shots. At strength 8, he is wounding the Lynx on 3s.
Oh, -1 to win. No!
With a miracle dice of a 6, 10 wounds come through even after feel no pain. And if that wasn't enough, the second Exorcist finishes the job.
That's 10, baby.
Trying to make it a hat trick, the last Exorcist targets a Falcon with its entire payload, but thankfully misses most of his shots, and the Falcon survives.
Come on, more 2s and 1s. Yeah!
Just before the fat lady could sing, we entered the charge phase, where Jimmy led a headlong charge using a CP to advance and charge with his Repentia into my Fire Dragons, Avengers, and Shadow Spectres, killing a very large portion of my right flank.
Inquisitor Karamazov
Trudges forward into combat to finish off the remainder of these pesky Banshees, and with almost nothing to hit back for the Aldari, Jimmy's turn was finally over.
Well, at the end of that, oh my god, I lost Avengers, I lost Spectres, I lost Dragons, and I lost my Lynx! No! That was the one thing I wanted to do well. It shot and it killed no, it didn't even kill anything. It did some wounds to an Exorcist and then just blew up. Exorcists are brutal. And with the Miracle Dice, he's rolled like 3 6s for Miracle Dice and a 5, so it's ridiculous, but my Lynx, no!
So it's going pretty good so far, I think. Inquisitor Karamazov just went postal. The first shots of my turn 1 was Karamazov at a Hornet, and he just blew it up and then turned around and just stomped on some Banshees. So yeah, he's doing really good. The Penitent Engines got blown up first turn. I was expecting that. Distraction card effects. And 1 unit of Repentia got blown away, but I mean, there's another one.
Monkeys.
Ass!
That's going in.
At the end of round 1, I scored a total of 11 points, 3 for engage on all fronts in my turn, and 8 for bring it down, and spent a total of 6 command points, leaving me with 7. Whilst Jimmy spent a total of 4 command points to take him down to 3 total, and scored a total of 7 victory points, 2 for engage on all fronts, and 5 for bring it down after killing the Hornet and the Lynx, leading us on to turn 2. With mainly vehicles left to guard my Farseer and Warlock on my left flank, my turn begins by trying to guard them with a Falcon, and my Spectres trying to hold 2 points on my left flank. I need to kill those Exorcists, but there's a pesky Canoness that does 3 damage over on my right hand side, which must die. Once in the Psyche phase, I try and cast Executioner, but sadly I fail twice, even with a reroll. Luckily, I successfully cast Jinx for -1 save onto the Canoness. My shooting phase began with my lockdown vehicles shooting into Jimmy's characters.
D6 damage. Oh. How many wounds do you have?
4.
I'm gonna reroll that. Oh.
And killing nothing at all, only wounding a few and leaving them all alive due to some incredible saves. The Spectres quickly vaporize some sisters holding a point over in the corner, and my Falcon shoots into a Rhino standing right next to it to watch it go catastrophic and kill the very Warlock it was trying to protect.
6 and you die. Yeah! Kaboom! No! That's really horrible!
Let's move on to the charge phase before these elves embarrass themselves even more. Starting off with Phoenix Lord Irilith into
Inquisitor Karamazov.
He fails, and needs a reroll to make it in, which he does. With that reroll gone, the striking scorpions are left behind out in the open, and those exorcists are free to shoot once more. Thankfully, Irilith is okay in combat, right? Nope, he doesn't even scratch,
Inquisitor Karamazov.
and takes 4 wounds in return. And when you think it couldn't get any worse, that crazy Canoness heroically intervenes into the Falcon right next to her and cleaves it into 2 pieces with her 9 3-damage attacks. I don't know about you, but I think Jimmy's turn 2 is looking decisive and swift at this point. With very little to move, Jimmy's movement phase ends quickly with just a few shuffles forward. And here come the Exorcists once again. Firing headfirst into my Hornet and Falcon, the Hornet manages to only take 4 wounds, while the Falcon deflects 4 wounds through Feel No Pain saves and lives on 5 wounds.
Oh!
Very nice.
5 wounds left.
Unfortunately for me, the last Exorcist yet again finishes the job on my Falcon, and all the heavy bolters make quick work of the striking scorpions in front of them.
Inquisitor Karamazov.
Goes for a lucky melter shot, point blank into Irilith, but thanks to his brand new 4+ invulnerable save, he survives. Moving on to the charge phase, the Repentia don't like the look of that Hornet on 4 wounds and decide to hug it with their chainswords. And my Farseer and Irilith have to hit first into the crazy Canoness and
Inquisitor Karamazov.
before they get cut down. Jimmy's crazy Canoness has 2 3+ saves to make and passes them both. Then she hits back. Yet again, Irilith also does nothing to mighty,
Inquisitor Karamazov.
and although he survives getting hit back, another Canoness nearby cuts him down with just a power sword.
1 damage each, but 4 up in bonds.
Yes.
I'm gonna reroll that one.
Yeah.
Cut down.
Irilith cut down. So good. Oh, I feel like you see here, he's deflated because it just like that turn just went mental. I don't think he didn't really kill much of mine, and I just turned it on like just the dice roll. You can't just I just can't talk. That's how crazy it was. It was just Karamazov just powered up again. He let a Canoness kill Irilith, and that's why he's really upset right now. A really fun day. This planet, this Xenos filth is just burning. It's glorious.
Well, that didn't go very well. Everything's just died. Nothing is making its points back. The Spectres are all gone. I've only got 5 left. The Lynx is dead. All my vehicles are dead. I think I've got 6 models on the board. If I take away all of his points, then maybe I can win this war on the primary objectives and survive long enough to get away, but it's not looking good. Let's kill something, please!
At the end of that round, I spent a total of 7 command points, leaving me on 2, and scored only 6 points, 3 for engage, 2 for bring it down, and 1 for data intercept, as I got no primary points after only holding 1 objective. Jimmy scored a total of 26 points this round from Abhor the Witch, bring it down, engage, and another 5 for primary points, putting him on 33. Also spending only 1 command point this round leaves Jimmy on 3 left. During turn 3, as I'm sure you could have guessed, Jimmy and his 3 whirlwinds proceeded to obliterate the rest of my poor Aeldari from existence, and I was considered tabled by turn 3. As there was no way I could catch up in points anymore, I of course conceded. The Craftworld was theirs, and all hope for the Aeldari was lost. We spoke out the final score, including adding 10 points for being painted, and at the end of the game, I finished with a total of 43 to Jimmy's 87 points. A little bit of a slaughter, but a fun game nonetheless. I'd like to give a big thank you to Jimmy for coming on the channel, and from everyone here at Barnyard Wargaming, we hope you enjoyed watching this very condensed version of our battle report. Tell us what you thought of this new format, and stay tuned as we have a big announcement coming in the next month, which will discuss the creation of many more battle reports to come this year. Make sure you subscribe down below if you're new, leave a like on the video, and if you're feeling really generous, support us on Patreon for as little as $3 a month in the links in the description below. Your support means more than you know, and we appreciate every single one of you, just like our current patrons, George, Ben, Connor, and Julia. Again, there is a Discord link you can join for free down below to join our community. And before you go, make sure you go check out miniaturescenery.com. Its owner Tim really is a legendary guy, and their store is well worth your time. Lastly, as always, we do our favorite comment from each video, so congrats to Smocker Popio Dolillo from the 60,000 points video. Leave a comment down below to be chosen for our next video. Otherwise, my name is Jack, thank you for watching Barnyard Wargaming, and we will see you all in the next video. Peace.